Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I want to talk to you about how I think Palantir is going to reach $20 in the near future. I want to tell you why and talk to you about that a little bit in case you are thinking about paper handling the stock. Of course this is not investment advice. I cannot see the future of the stock price. If I could, I would be on a private island surrounded with girls in topless bikinis. So I clearly cannot do that, but I still want to tell you my thoughts. So first thing, that, by the way, if you like this content, please make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to the channel, and you can speak to me in person on Twitter. My ticker is Vince is Bullish, and I would love to speak to you there. So come and say hi to me there. So first great news about Palantir is that we have broken the Cathie Wood curse. So this is the chart of Palantir since inception. This is the DPO of Palantir, and you can see that ARK was somehow moving in exact tandem with Palantir up until the very last moment. So basically what happened is somehow in the algo trading system, Palantir has been mixed together with ARK. And whenever something happened to ARK, I guess the algos were selling Palantir, and a lot of people call this the Cathie Wood curse, and it's finally over. You can see this huge divergence. And what happened? So basically Nvidia reported earnings yesterday, and they had very average earnings. They kind of beat expectation, but what was really unusual is that they raised their guidance for next quarter from having a 7 billion in revenue, which was an increase as far as I understand, to 11 billion in revenue, which is what, like a between 60–70% increase, which I heard a lot of people say it's the biggest increase in guidance that anybody has ever seen in their stock market career. And that is nuts. And this was the first proof that, you know, AI is not just sizzle, it's actually going to show up in the numbers of companies. And obviously we know that Nvidia is a huge winner in AI. And, you know, this news came out, Nvidia was up like 30% pre-earnings, and then, you know, the algos caught it, and clearly Palantir is finally in the AI group. So if the AI stocks are, you know, skyrocketing, then it's given that Palantir also has to skyrocket. So Palantir was up like, I don't know, 10+% before the market opened. Unfortunately, it didn't close at 10%. We still closed at 5%, which was very nice. But the Cathie Wood curse is over. So who would have thought that the company that sells the most AI by dollar amount ahead of Microsoft, ahead of Google, and is by third parties the verified leader in the AI movement is going to be moving as an AI company on the stock market? I know, it's really weird. So, and I want to talk to you about something. A lot of bulls are scratching their heads about the valuation of Palantir. And this can potentially be a mistake. So I want to tell you why I think that this stock is going to go over $20. Let me just get rid of this additional graph somehow, if I can. Oh my God, I can't get rid of this. Okay, but it's anyways, it's Palantir compared to Palantir. So a lot of us have been thoroughly abused by the bear market, and I saw a video about Tom Nash today who was saying that Palantir is overvalued, even though his cost basis on the stock is $18. And I'm like, how did you think it was a good buy at $18 and now we're at, you know, close to $14, and you think that it's overvalued? So it's pretty weird thinking, but there is a logical explanation. Like with all things, there is a logical explanation. So we have been abused and, you know, sliced and diced by this bear market. And, you know, when you do a company valuation, I have this valuation that is soon going to be available on Twitter. But currently it's only available to my Patreon subscribers. And here is where, you know, you put in your assumptions about the stock. And most of us had to super much take down the assumptions for the stock, which obviously, because bear market, you know, made the price come down, so we had to adjust. So if you say that Palantir is going to grow revenues by 20% and will have a profit margin of 25% in 2025, then the share price should be $11. Now, here's the very interesting thing, that my table discounts the future stock price into the current stock price of today. And you know, the discount rate is based on what you want, what return you want to have. So I normally like to count with a 30% return, and for me, the stock would be a screaming buy at $9.54. But here is where a lot of Palantir bulls make a mistake. So first mistake that they make is that they assume that everybody who's buying the stock, they want to have this gigantic stellar returns, and otherwise they're not buying the stock. But let me break it to you. Most funds are trying to outperform the S&P 500, which is a 9% return per year. And when they go into riskier plays, you know, they weigh the stock differently, but normally they add a few percentages. So if they're in a riskier play, then let's say they say instead of 9% on the S&P 500, we are happy with 13%. So if you just make this slight change, so maybe for you the criteria is 30% and you think that the stock at $12 is overvalued for you because you're looking for a 30% return. But if you change this really tiny one thing, you see that just this change makes it so that the funds, pension funds, index funds, you know, many other funds, Cathy Wood's type of funds, suddenly the price goes to 14.52, and below that price, the stock is a good deal. But now, here's the second mistake that people make when they come to the valuation of Palantir. So now I got the price up to $14.5, okay? So NVIDIA showed that AI is re-accelerating their growth, and NVIDIA is ridiculously overpriced. So if you look at their PE, it's 100 PE currently, something like that. It's very late, I don't remember the numbers. But here's the deal. The PE is backwards looking, okay? So they just changed their guidance, right? Where they increased their revenue numbers by almost 70%. I am guessing that their EPS is going to go up minimum that much also. So, but let's say their EPS could double, okay? So double than what the analysts were expecting. So suddenly this 100 PE is not 100 PE anymore when you're looking into the future. It's suddenly a 50 PE or a 40 PE. For a company that is projecting to grow 60–70%. And you could argue that that is a very undervalued valuation for a stock that seems crazy overvalued on the old assumptions, right? So, and if AI is going to be the really hot thing, and Palantir is really, by the way, they just changed the name of the coming FoundryCon to AIPCon. And Alex Karp is saying that they have crazy demand for AIP. So let's say that Palantir is going to overdo their guidance. So what if we go from 20% to 30% growth? We're not even talking crazy like NVIDIA that went 60% higher. We're just talking from 20 to 30%, which was our original assumption to begin with. Most of us, that's the reason why we were buying Palantir, because we thought they would be growing 30%, okay? So we changed this little number here to 30%, and voila, suddenly the price is $18.46. That is a fair value if you're a fund buying Palantir today, okay? And let's say that you're a fund who thinks, okay, this AI is going to grow like crazy, we're going to change this number to 40%. Then suddenly a 23% stock price is a fair value for the stock today without even being overvalued just because we changed the assumptions. So this was the fundamental. Now I want to show you a little technical thing. So if you look at how the stock price has been doing, I hope that you can see this. So you can see that there is a resistance line here at around $20. You just have to believe me on this one. I cannot control somehow, I don't know what is happening with this freaking comparison. Anyways, so there, here we go. So you can see that at $20, we have a resistance and a support line. It was, stopped here, and normally you have, resistance lines at very even numbers. So 20 is a very good number to have a resistance. Obviously, we had one at $12 and at $10, but this was thoroughly broken gone through in the recent rally. There is a slight resistance at $14.59, but I believe that we're going to break through this level, and the next stop is at 20. I don't know what is going to happen after that. I don't know if we are going to reach this. I just wanted to show you that just because you think the stock is overvalued, that's from your viewpoint, and it might not be how the market is looking at this. And again, we have been in a bear market. I don't think we are in a bear market, and we have been thoroughly abused by this bear market, and we have to remember to maybe adjust the numbers when we need to. And I would hate to be the one that sold out at Palantir at $9, chicken genius, because I already made a little bit of profit. I'm in this for the long term, and I would love to see a stock price at $20, and I think it's going to happen in the short term. But no promises. As I said, I can't predict the stock price. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please make sure you stay tuned. Say hi to me on Twitter. Vince is bullish, and I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, let me know what you think. What do you think the stock of Palantir is going to do? And are you going to hold or sell? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Ciao, ciao.